Alex Eala exits Australian Open first round after strong start against Alycia Parks. AvandaTimes.com. Filipina tennis sensation Alex Eala, a top 50 player, faced an early departure from her Australian Open debut on Monday, January 19, 2026, after a first-round loss to American Alycia Parks. Despite a dominant opening set, Eala ultimately fell in 3 sets, 6-0, 3-6, 2-6, on court 6 at Melbourne Park. The 20-year-old Eala, making her first main draw appearance at the year's opening Grand Slam, initially showcased formidable form. She delivered a commanding bagel in the first set, winning 6-0, and appeared poised for a straightforward victory. Her return game was particularly effective, securing 60.6%, 20 of 33, of points on Parks' first serve, while Parks struggled significantly, winning only 27.8%, 5 of 18, of her own first serve points. However, the momentum dramatically shifted as the match progressed. Parks, ranked 99th globally, found her rhythm, particularly with her powerful serve. The American overwhelmed Eala with pace and precise placement, ultimately finishing the match with 12 aces compared to Eala's single ace. This turnaround highlighted a recurring challenge for Eala, maintaining leads and adapting when opponents elevate their game. The defeat marks Eala's third first-round exit in a Grand Slam tournament. Analysts suggest that for Eala to consistently advance in major tournaments, her serve must evolve into a more reliable weapon. While her return game is a significant strength, relying solely on it against elite players or those with strong serves can be a vulnerability, particularly when needing crucial free points or to halt an opponent's momentum. Despite the setback, Eala's potential remains undeniable. Her breakthrough 2025 season saw her rise into the top 50, a testament to her skill and dedication. A notable highlight from that year was a stunning upset of then-world number 14 Clara Tauson at the US Open, a match that demonstrated her capacity to absorb pace, redirect rallies, and maintain composure against top-tier competition. Beyond her individual performance, Eala carries immense national pride. Her consistent presence on the sport's biggest stages has significantly elevated the Philippines' profile in global tennis, a feat few Filipino players have achieved before her. AvandaTimes observed that the visible support from her home country was evident during her Australian Open debut, with Philippine flags adorning the arena and long lines of fans eager to watch her play. As Eala continues her journey on the WTA Tour, the challenge ahead is clear: to build upon her breakout year with steady improvements, deliver more complete performances, and solidify her position among the sports elite. Her next opportunity to bring pride to Filipinos may come on home soil at the inaugural Philippine Women's Open. Alex Eala exits Australian Open first round after strong start against Alycia Parks. The Melbourne Sun has a way of exposing everything. It reveals the sheen of sweat on a player's brow, the fine dust kicked up by desperate footwork, and the quiet truth that tennis, despite its elegance, is a battle of endurance as much as talent. On that bright Australian Open morning, it also revealed something else: the promise of Alex Eala, even in defeat. For a moment, the future seemed to arrive early. Eala stepped onto the court with the lightness of someone who had nothing to lose and everything to discover. Across the net stood Alycia Parks, a player forged by power, big serves, booming ground strokes, and the physical confidence that comes from years of grinding on the professional tour. On paper, the matchup tilted clearly in Parks' favor. On court, for a while, the paper didn't matter. Eala began with fearless intent. Her strokes were clean, her movement sharp, and her decision-making surprisingly calm for someone standing on one of tennis's biggest stages. She didn't rush points. She didn't shy away from long rallies. Instead, she absorbed Parks' power and redirected it, using angles and timing like quiet weapons. The ball left her racket not with brute force, but with purpose. It caught Parks off guard. There's a specific tension that settles into a stadium when expectations wobble. The crowd senses it before the players do. That subtle shift where the underdog stops looking like a guest and starts looking like a contender. Murmurs ripple through the stands. Phones come out. Eyes sharpen. Eala took advantage of that moment. She chased down balls that should have been winners. She stepped inside the baseline when the opportunity presented itself. Each point she claimed added weight to her presence, as if she was saying, "I belong here too." But tennis is a long conversation, not a single statement. As the match wore on, Parks adjusted. The serve grew heavier, the forehand more punishing. Where Eala had found openings early, doors began to close. Points shortened. Rallies tilted in one direction. The physical demands of the match, especially against a power player, began to show. Still, Eala refused to dissipate. She fought for every game, her face composed even when the momentum slipped away. There was no racket smash, no outward frustration. Just focus. Just effort. The kind that doesn't always change the scoreboard but leaves an impression all the same. In the end, Parks' experience and firepower proved decisive. The final points arrived not with drama but with inevitability. The way waves eventually wear down stone. When the handshake came, it was brief and respectful, a small ritual marking the end of one journey and the continuation of another. The scoreboard recorded a first-round exit. But the story was larger than that. For Alex Eala, this match was not simply a loss. It was a measure, a glimpse of how a game stands against the world's best, and how close she already is. At her age, few players demonstrate such tactical awareness, such emotional control under pressure. Even fewer do so on a stage as unforgiving as the Australian Open. There's a particular loneliness in tennis defeats. No teammates to console you mid-match. No substitutions. Just you, your thoughts, and the echo of what might have been. Yet there's also clarity in that solitude. Every missed opportunity becomes a lesson. Every strong moment becomes proof. Eala leaves Melbourne carrying both. She leaves knowing she can disrupt rhythm, withstand pressure, and command respect from seasoned opponents. She leaves knowing that endurance, physical and mental, will be the next mountain to climb. And perhaps most importantly, she leaves knowing that the gap between potential and realization is no longer a chasm, but a narrowing distance. For Filipino tennis fans, her performance resonates deeply. Representation matters, especially in a sport where global visibility is uneven. Each match Eala plays on a major stage chips away at old limitations and expands what feels possible. She is not just playing for rankings or prize money. She is playing into the imagination of a generation watching from thousands of miles away.